School District for October 28th, 2019. I'm going to report out by a lot of our closed session items.
We can't hear you, turn it up! Let's go!
Public comment. And we want to make sure everybody who has submitted a card has an opportunity to speak. So we're going to have to work together to make that happen.
Nothing you know about.
So let me read the official notice about public comment. Public comment, the public may address the board concerning items that are not
Prepared.
wrong section. Any item within the jurisdiction of the Board of Education of Mount Ogden Unified School District is not on this agenda. These presentations are limited to 3 minutes each, for a total of 30 minutes for all speakers, or the 3-minute limit may be shortened. If there are multiple speakers on any one subject, the public comment period may be moved to the end of the meeting. Speakers are not allowed to yield their time. So we also always like to say, if you haven't participated or seen this process before, our role as board members is to listen. So when people are here speaking, I'm hoping you're going to help us listen so that, be quiet enough so we can hear what the speaker is saying.
We need you to turn it up!
We are not allowed, we follow what's called the Brown Act, so that means we're not allowed to respond to the speaker. And so I don't, when sometimes people are standing here, they're looking at us waiting for an answer, and we're not allowed to do that. Again, our job is to listen, and we want to do that respectfully, so we appreciate your help in doing that. Obviously, we have a number of cards. We're still counting. We are going to limit to 2 minutes in hopes that we can get through everybody who wants to speak. So I just would, okay, so we have over 31 cards right now, so that'll be over an hour or so. So we're not going to limit it to the 30 minutes. We're going to go the full amount of time, 2 minutes each. When you're up here speaking, you'll see some lights. We'll get a green light. Okay, the lights are burned out for the seconds or so. You'll see a timer, and you'll be given, warning when your time is up, and then the red light is the time to stop, and we'll try to gracefully remind you of that. So, okay, so if we all cooperate, everyone's voice will be heard, and we appreciate your being here. And we're going to start with Alan
Be home with our family.
Hernandez, the student. Hi, Alex. Right ahead. That's the mic. Sorry. Okay, try again.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello, members. My name is Alan Hernandez. I am a 6th grader at Oak Grove Middle School, and I need to tell you that I was worried and sad because of what happened at my school. A few weeks ago, we had a water outage at my school. The choice to keep our school open when there was no running water wasn't unfair for my friends and me. We at Oak Grove felt disrespected on the choice to make us be in an unhealthy place. Would any of you like to send your own child to a school where there's no running water? We were promised portable restrooms, but we never received them. The hand sanitizers that we had were not enough. Hand sanitizers only kill germs, but not the bacteria. This was unfair for my friends and my teachers. While I have your attention, let me tell you that this is also unfair for me to be in a classroom where there are too many students.
Yep.
This creates an unsafe learning environment. I feel I am not getting the best education I deserve. Please help our teachers. They deserve your support. I know my teachers are fighting for a fair contract.
Our next is Jonathan Hyman.
They were looking for the money.
Hello, board members. My name is Jonathan Hanks, and I'm a student at Oak Grove. I am here today to support my peers and teachers. I've been at Oak Grove since 6th grade, and I have built very strong relationships with some of my teachers. And so have some of my friends. They have built these relationships because there is trust and respect inside and outside our classroom. But I am here really worried about what can happen to my teachers. Let me explain. The teachers have been without a contract for several years now. And I have seen many good teachers leave Oak Grove because of it. Every year I feel less comfortable and less safe because the teachers that I have built relationships with are no longer with us. I think that I learn better when I have a good relationship with my teachers, and not only do I learn better, but I also feel safer. I asked the Mount Diablo Unified School District to listen to what I am saying and give my teachers a fair and just contract, so they do not have to learn to leave Oak Grove for another district. Our school needs smaller classes as its importance, since we have many new teachers who are still trying to build strong relationships with their students. There are a lot of times when I am stuck in a classroom and there is not enough room for all of the students.
Yep.
This really affects my learning environment. New teachers have a hard time in our school, and this creates chaos in their classroom. I do not feel safe when this happens. Please give my teachers the support they deserve so they can give us the support we deserve. You as board members have the ability to make this happen by giving our teachers a fair and just contract. Thank you for your time.
Okay, what I'm going to do is to call out 4 names at a time so that you all know when you're coming up next. That'll help our school as well. So we now have Alex Hernandez, then followed by Blanca Collin, William Collin, and Nancy Grabo.
Today I'm going to speak on my own language, okay? So, buenas tardes, miembros de la Junta Directiva. Mi nombre es Alex Hernández y tengo 2 estudiantes en Oak Grove Middle School. Hoy estoy aquí representando a mi comunidad, que es Oak Grove and Middle Homes, y les pido que por favor se les conceda el contrato que se merecen los maestros en el distrito de Mondiablo. Debemos apoyar y evitar una huelga que afectaría más a nuestros estudiantes.
So, good afternoon, board members. My name is Alex Hernandez. I have 2 students at Oak Grove Middle School. I'm here to represent my community. I ask you all to please consider giving MDUSD teachers a just and fair contract. We need to support and avoid a strike which will affect the student learning.
So, yo no puedo entender cómo un maestro con 30, 35 o 40 estudiantes puede educar y ayudar a cada uno de estos estudiantes. En muchas de las clases hay estudiantes con trauma, problemas de comportamiento y falta de motivación. Esto impide que los maestros puedan enseñar y que los estudiantes que quieren aprender logren una educación efectiva. no se puede pedir a un maestro que eduque y entienda a los estudiantes en estas condiciones. Definitivamente necesitamos clases con menos estudiantes, pero en algunos casos tenemos clases combinadas de 2 niveles de grado. Justamente por la falta de maestros, ¿por qué existen estas clases combinadas? ¿Quiénes se benefician de esto? Yo no creo que seamos estudiantes.
It is hard for me to understand how you guys expect the teachers to be able to teach kids who are 30, 35, 40 kids in a classroom. It is not helping the teachers. These kids come with trauma, behavioral issues, and lack of motivation. It prevents teachers from teaching students that don't want to learn and to give them the best education they can have. It is impossible for teachers to meet all the requirements with these conditions. We definitely need smaller classes. In some cases, we have classes that are empty. We need to fill those classes, fill them up with teachers and students, so there could be smaller classes overall.
Sugiero que en lugar de tener 3 a 4 o 5 salones vacíos por escuela, ¿por qué no darles un uso adecuadamente poniendo más maestros en esas escuelas? Si es cuestión del presupuesto, nuestras escuelas deberían de ser las últimas afectadas con recortes del presupuesto. Están actuando responsablemente a nivel distrito. ¿Han visto si se puede hacer primero recorte dentro de la parte administrativa del distrito escolar? Empiecen por ahí antes de hacer recortes en las escuelas que afectan directamente a nuestros estudiantes. Ellos merecen y ellos necesitan y merecen más.
I suggest that instead of having empty classes, to fill those up with qualified teachers to reduce the class sizes. If it's about the budget, our schools should not be the ones affected. It should be the last thing in the mind. You are acting at the district level. Have you considered making budget cuts at the district level and not the classes? We should start there before considering budget cuts at the class levels. Our students deserve more. The students need and deserve more.
Los invito a meditar y a reflexionar para que puedan tomar la mejor decisión y llegar a un acuerdo justo con los maestros del distrito escolar. Los estudiantes y maestros deben ser su prioridad. Gracias.
I invite you all to meditate and to reflect on making decisions to come to an agreement with a fair contract for the teachers. Students and teachers should be a priority.
Buenas noches, I'm going to speak also in Spanish. My name is Blanca Colín, mi nombre es Blanca Colín. He sido voluntaria para diferentes escuelas, para Meadow Homes, para Sequoia Middle, para College Park también, siempre buscando para la mejor educación de mis hijos.
Good evening, my name is Blanca Colin. I've been a volunteer in different schools such as Meadow Home, Sequoia, and also College Park, and I always look for the best for my children.
Hoy vengo como una madre de familia en apoyo a los maestros y al mismo tiempo agradecida con ellos. Soy madre de 2 niños y por mi experiencia con mis hijos considero que nuestras escuelas públicas necesitan más recursos, clases con menos estudiantes para que de esta manera los maestros puedan poner más atención y dedicación a los estudiantes.
I'm a mother of 2 children, and based on my experience with my children, I consider that our schools, our public schools, they need more resources, classes with less students, so we can show that way that our teachers, they can put a lot of more attention and education to our students.
Esto solamente se logrará con personas, me refiero a los maestros, que estén mejor pagadas y con mejores prestaciones, porque de esa manera ellos estarán más contentos para trabajar por la educación de nuestros hijos.
This is only going to be achieved with the teachers if they are better paid and with better opportunities, because that's the only way that they will be happy to work for the education of our children.
Si los fondos no están alcanzando para este propósito, considero que sí hay que recortar gastos que no sean nuestros maestros ni nuestros programas, porque esto es la parte esencial de la educación de nuestros niños.
If the funds are not enough for this purpose, I consider that if we need to cut some expenses, they're going to be with our teachers or our programs, because this is the more essential part of our education of our children.
Que los recortes sean en áreas menos importantes y que no afecten la educación directa de nuestros hijos.
That the cuts will be in areas that they are not really important and that they don't affect straight to the education of our children.
What about charter schools? Not all public schools. So I am also a concerned mother, and I think the teachers deserve the best.
Our students deserve the best.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is William Colling. I'm a Concord resident and also I'm the PTA president of Meadow Homes. I came before you to support and to be in solidarity with teachers of Mount Diablo Unified School District. We need to increase the quality of the classes in our schools. Having combo classes is not the answer. We need enough staff at our schools. This community needs bilingual classes, and we need the support of teachers that they can help new students that are arriving to this county. Parents prefer not to enroll children into schools because they don't even understand the language. We need to create a path for that, not cutting resources that we really needed. The students are traumatized and they need counselors, they need nurses. They are coming from traumatizing experiences and the staff, they are here to help them. If we are letting them go, so who's gonna help our students? Who's gonna help them? Who's gonna help these families that they trust that the schools, they are a safe place to be? We need experts to provide teachers and staff tools to support the students, not people that they just go to a school and give just a presentation. These people, they are not even experts in that area. Teachers want to support our PTAs, Parent Teachers Association, but they can't because they are born out after a long day of educating our students, more than 35 students in just one classroom. After that, they are tired, they have families, they have a life, and they cannot engage anymore with the PTAs because they are not motivated, because they are suffering a lot of stress with all these students, and it's not the fault. We need to find the resources, and I'm here to support them. They deserve better. Teachers, they need to stay here in this county. They are the best, and they are the only way that they can help us to support the education of our students. Thank you.
Nancy, we have Kim Apana, Cara Sweeney, Julia Jamison, and Becky Hine.
Good evening. Board members, my name is Nancy Grabo. I'm the German teacher at Northgate High School, and I'm going to be addressing an issue that has not yet been addressed this evening. We wanted to thank the board, as well as the GAP program, for making an exchange program possible at our high school. I have 4 students behind me, 2 German students and two students from Germany, and 2 students at the German program at Northgate High School who participated in this program. The kids have been here for almost 3 weeks. They're leaving on Wednesday. I think it's really a good experience for the Germans to be here in general, but to be here tonight as well. So I'm going to stop talking because they have a few words for you.
Hi, I'm Yumi and this is Annika. We're German students from Stuttgart. We're from Elisabeth Sebert Gymnasium. We just wanted to say thank you to the GAP program, and we're also grateful to the Mount Diablo School District for making this exchange possible. We are all happy that our host families took such good care of us and were so friendly. We can't wait for the moment when we're back in Germany to tell our friends and families about the new impressions and experiences of America. All of us are really looking forward to the day when the American students will visit us in Germany.
I just wanted to tell you a few things we learned. We learned so many things about new sports. For example, we like new football games. We learned the rules about it, and we tried a lot of food. For example, the peanut butter and jelly bread. I never tried it, and I thought it would taste gross, but it tastes actually really amazing. Yeah, we're really looking forward for the exchange students to go to Germany, and we want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Leona Gessler. I'm a sophomore at Northgate High School, and I just wanted to thank the board for allowing us to do this exchange. This exchange has taught me a lot about the German culture. It has made my German a lot better, and I've learned a lot of new things about a lot of amazing people from another country, which compared to centuries ago, this is such an amazing thing to be able to follow.
Thank you.
I'm Ricky Rosenstein. I'm a sophomore at Northgate High School, and I chose to participate in the GAP program because I wanted to learn more about the German culture other than what we learned in class, and I wanted to learn more about where my family comes from. I'm really thankful to have this opportunity to share the parts of California culture that are important to me, such as like water polo, the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, and of course, In-N-Out. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can all the German community person participating in the GAP program please stand?
Okay, so now we have Kim. Kim? Kara. Okay, that's all right. It's okay. Go ahead. Kim will come up here. Okay.
Hi, my name is Kara Sweeney, and I'm a parent. I have two sons here at Mount Diablo Unified School District, a 6th and an 8th grader. And I am just absolutely amazed that this discussion has gone on this long. I'm actually amazed and disgusted that you have let this go on for so long. Everything that the teachers union is asking for seems completely reasonable to me. Have none of you ever been in a classroom with 35 elementary school students? These classrooms at this particular school are not designed to handle that many children. You're walking through the tables and your butts hitting kids' heads as you walk through the tables. So lower class sizes. It makes perfect sense to me. Nurses for kids with medical issues? Like, really? That's something you guys are fighting over? I am just amazed and disgusted. Like, please, instruct your representatives at the bargaining table tomorrow to be reasonable, to meet the teachers. I understand there are always financial costs, which is what you guys seem to me, and this is just my opinion from where I stand, seem to care a lot about. Please work with the teachers unions, and to me as a parent, every one of these things seems completely reasonable for you guys to be able to do. Thank you.
Thank you very much for allowing me to speak here. I'm Kim Apana. I'm speaking as a mom. I had 3 children go through the Mount Diablo school system. I am also a teacher right now, 6th grade teacher at Riverview. And I've been very proud of Mount Diablo for decades. And right now I have to tell you that I'm actually very appalled of what's going on. I'm going to give you a word problem being a math teacher. You have 43 minutes to teach 42 students in a class. 14 of them have IEPs. Several others have 504s. 70% of the students speak English as a second language. Many are at a minimum of 3 years behind in skills, and 0 students can receive support through mediation classes due to cuts. And then again, our schools are being called on to raise our test scores. Why are we not raising our test scores? Well, we have a very difficult time doing that. By the way, multiply all that by 6 classes, and now what do you get? Basically, it's a formula for disaster. We are a trauma-informed school. We work extra hard putting in our SEL, and I hope you know what that is, of course, social emotional learning, and in our classes. And if those students do not get support, think about the trauma that's happening to them right now, long-lasting trauma through their critical years in life. And one last thing, Dr. Martinez, I challenge you, please, to come to Riverview Middle School for a day as an administrator to work with our amazing 1 principal, 2 VPs, because 1 was cut, and we absolutely do not have enough support. So I really challenge you. We are inviting you again to please come and see what it's really like. Thank you.
Good evening, President Durkee, Vice President Mayo, members of the board, and Dr. Martinez. My name is Julia Jameson. I'm an English teacher at Mount Diablo High School and one of the members of the Mount Diablo Education Association bargaining team. Tonight I am going to talk to you about class size overages. There are 6 unresolved class size overages at Mount Diablo High School, which remain unresolved because there are no sections to put students in. In a couple of cases, there are no sections because of our wall-to-wall academy model, and the only way to move a student to another section would be to force them to move to another academy, which when you're dealing with seniors doesn't particularly seem fair to the teachers who are sucking it up and taking those overages. But the overages that are most appalling to me are the overages in our SDC subject area classes and the overage of our ELD1 class, which got to 48 students. ELD1 equals newcomers, equals students who don't speak English. 48 is higher than any contractually allowed class size, and the maximum for an ELD class is 33. For the SDC classes, we had 19 students in an SDC Algebra 1B class with a maximum size of 15. Well, those SDC students have a lower class size for a reason. 2 of those students were being assessed for mental health collaborative placement, and one of the students was waiting to go to Seneca. The teacher of that class is beside herself because she and her 2 aides have no possible ability to manage 19 students with severe special needs. It is not equitable to those students to keep them in a class where they cannot learn. Thank you.
Hi everyone, we are the counseling team from Concord High School. I'm Becky Heimdall. This is Rima Bujade and this is Leanne Owen. We're coming to you today to ask you for support in helping us reach a fair contract. Due to budget cuts, our counseling staff was reduced from 4 to 3 and our vice principals from 3 to 2. So far this year, our counseling department has served either directly or indirectly 1,566 students, which is double the amount of last year when we had 4 counselors. These meetings address social, emotional, academic, and our behavioral concerns. With the demographics of our school, it is not possible to meet the needs of our students as effectively as they deserve with only 3 full-time counselors. We have had more conflict resolutions with students this year than all of last year. And as of today, our suspension rate has more than doubled. We believe this is a direct reflection of having one less vice principal, which leads to the lack of supervision that our school can provide and that our students deserve. To add to this issue, one of our 2 vice principals was injured while breaking up a fight over 2.5 weeks ago and still cannot return to school. So we have 1 vice principal. We choose this profession so that we could make quality connections with students as they overcome barriers and develop into young adults. Yet we find ourselves using our valuable time putting out fires. We've come here to ask you to reevaluate our contract with this question in mind. How can we send students out into the world to be successful citizens without meeting the basic needs that a school should provide?
Classen, Hallie Blythe, Lydia Galley, and Linda Ortega. So we'll start with Ryan.
Hi, Ryan Clayson. I'm at Concord High School. And one of the things I like to say is my working conditions are my students' learning conditions. So, you know, something like if I have cockroaches, they have cockroaches. And I legitimately have cockroaches every spring. There's 20, 25. I picked up a sweatshirt last year. Yeah. And then I have, we have squirrels. And they run under the slab. And it's kind of like smelling wet dogs, so I have smelly things up everywhere. So I mean, you know, those are the conditions in the classroom, and I've been, you know, at this 13 years, so, you know, you kind of get used to that, and it just becomes normal. But then, you know, there were a lot of cuts that seemed rather unnecessary. But a couple years ago, we had 50 million, something like that, hanging out, and then, what did we get we got some bonds or something like that. And then, all of a sudden, like, we can't settle a contract, we're out of money. You know, what happened to the money? And, you know, and then we had to make layoffs, and then teachers came back, and it just kind of raises a lot of questions as to what happened 5 years ago to now. You know, there's nothing, like stuff evaporated. So, you know, I ask that you guys be reasonable and, you know, make decisions based upon, you know, the needs of the students, the needs of the teachers. If students are affected, we're affected. If we're affected, students are affected. So please keep that in mind. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Haley Blythe, and I have worked in Mount Diablo Unified School District for 13 years. I started at Pine Hollow Middle School, and I was transferred involuntarily to Concord High School. Throughout my time at teaching at Concord High School, I've grown to love the community, the band, the music programs, our counselors, our administrators. It felt like a school from the movies the first year that I started, and I loved it. Throughout the last 6 years, I've become saddened and disgusted with some of the changes that have happened fiscally that have directly impacted me and my love of teaching and my passion for teaching in the classroom. Last spring, we had to let teachers go. I teach in the history department, and this fall, when I started my classroom, I had 46 15-year-old students in every single one of my history classes. The limit is 37. That's what we've negotiated, and even that's too much, but we deal with it because we're amazing. 9 students sitting on the floor, and let me talk to you about that for a moment. So these 9 students might not be the most motivated, so they come at the very last second, they sit on the floor, and
during which time it is virtually impossible for me to connect with them, for me to build unity within my classroom, and for me to be able to have any kind of structure. 2 months into the school year, I am still struggling every single day, making connections and establishing all of the things that I need to establish in order for them to learn. I please urge you to think of me and my 2 students that also attend school in Mount Diablo Unified. Thank you.
Go get on the bus because it's headed back to the BART station.
My name is Lydia Galley. I'm a parent. I'm going to keep this short because I actually paid a babysitter to watch my kids so I could be here. Help Ashley. I'm a parent of a kindergartner and another one coming in next year, so you guys will be hearing a lot from me. I'm very active in the community, at my school, and in the classroom. MDUSD parents demand a fair contract now for our teachers and the students. We elected you to fight for the teachers and the students, not against us. Fair contract now.
I just want to call out tomorrow. Brenda Duenas, Shelley Boo, Anita Johnson, and Drina Rubialis. If you could plan to come up after Linda.
Okay. Good evening, President Durkee, Superintendent Martinez, school board members, and members of the community. My name is Linda Ortega, and I am the Vice President of the Mount Diablo Education Association, or MEDIA. About 2 weeks ago, I attended the Contra Costa County School Board meeting where several of you reminded the members of the school board, to do their due diligence and study all the documents before making any decision. Well, tonight I'm asking you to do the same thing, to read all our bargaining proposals and to please direct your bargaining team to be prepared to bargain in good faith at tomorrow's third mediation day. Our members have gone without a contract for 16 months, and yet they go to school each day prepared to teach and serve the students in the district. While many classrooms are well over their limits, and Dr. Martinez, I'm at 89, our teachers maintain their professionalism and their responsibilities. Our MEDIA members are the real superheroes. They deserve to be respected for the work they do. Please direct your bargaining team to come prepared tomorrow morning to work with us to settle this contract. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Brenda Duenas. I am a you're going to hear the same message over and over again, but one of the things I want to talk to you about is there's lack of funding, right? That's why the board has not been able to have their bargaining team bargain and make a contract. At Bel Air, we have been unable to fill the long-term sub position, get subs, and so we've had split classes almost every day, which totals to thousands of dollars that you're paying us to take extra kids. Today I had 7 fifth graders in my first grade class. Do you think any of those kids got a quality education today? We need a contract, a fair contract. We need librarians, we need nurses, but most of all, we need lower class sizes so that we can teach these children who come to us. I have a letter from a parent that I sent you all today. I sent you all a copy of it today. And it was basically thrown back on us teachers' shoulders. And that's not fair. We come to work every day with a smile on our face, ready to get these kids to learn. And we need your help. Fair contract now.
Good evening, Superintendent Dr. Martinez, board members and members of the audience. I'm Shelley Fell. I've been with the district since 1988. 24 of those. Please just speak my piece again. As I said at the end of last year when I spoke, I sure hope we aren't going to start the new school year without a contract with all the beginning of the year issues at the schools. But here we are. No contract that shows the support of the district and the looming thought of a strike ahead, which no one wants but will do if that's what it takes. We need to stay with the district. When I started with the district, everyone was so proud to be part of the Mount Diablo, big district with great services, pay, and good schools. What are they saying now? We all know, and it's not that. When will we look at what the students in the district need and deserve? Smaller class sizes across the district, not just an average. Teachers who enjoy coming to work daily because they know they can teach with materials, services, and conditions that will make everyone able to learn. I've been frustrated to be part of this district these last few years with all that I have known of and the good that I have seen in the past and the support that I want and do give the district, but now see and hear all the frustrations of colleagues about conditions, students, pay, medical coverage, and especially class size. Is it really difficult to sit as a group of intelligent and prepared adults at the bargaining table and discuss the issues of truth and responsibility? Please let me know that you are understanding and supporting the students and teachers of Mount Diablo by showing us that you can end this bargaining now with a contract that is fair and student-centered. As I said last time, we're not asking for the moon, just enough to make stars out of our students. You can happy and joyous time for everyone. Thank you for your time tonight.
Good evening to the board. My name is Drina Rubiales. I'm a parent of two daughters, a first and a third grader from Mount Diablo Elementary. I'm here to ask you all to really consider tomorrow when you come to the table and really think about what you're doing. Smaller class sizes for me, as well as the majority of parents and our teachers, are what is being really requested. It's important to get that. To have over 35 to 40 students is absolutely unacceptable. I don't understand how you can even consider that to be an equal environment to learn. It's challenging for the teachers, it's challenging for the students. In general, it's just not a very acceptable case to have to deal with. I implore you to also consider more nurses and librarians and counselors. As a person who's grown up within this community, I went through Mountain View Elementary, El Dorado, as well as Concord High, class of 91. And we had all of those resources at our disposal. It's very shameful that we no longer have the majority of what we had back then. And that's one thing that we need to definitely get back in place in our schools. It's very important to do so. What's really, really important to me as well, class sizes are definitely important, but we live in one of the most expensive states in the country, in California. I don't understand how we cannot do something more for the teachers in order to give them more equitable pay. That is very important for them. I don't want to lose more great teachers. Retaining them is very important. So tomorrow, I implore you, I urge you to please come to bargain and negotiate properly so you can give our teachers and our students and all of us in this community a fair contract now. Thank you.
Okay, so next will be Shauna Hawes, Charlotte Allen, Julia Ronhauer, and Christina Merrick.
Good evening. I am Anita Johnson, president of the amazing. First off, I want to thank you all for taking the time to hear our comments. It is very important. We appreciate that you did this at the beginning of the meeting and are taking the time to do this. We demand a fair contract now. Our contract must be fair. It must provide salaries that allow educators to continue to live in this community without working a second job and without renting a room in their house out on Airbnb. Our new contract must ensure that class sizes allow teachers to teach. It must ensure guaranteed caseloads that allow nurses to meet the needs of all students and protect medically fragile students. It must allow librarians to support literacy. We demand that this board direct district management to do what is legally required, which is to negotiate a contract with us promptly and reasonably. It is past time to settle this. 16 months without a contract is ridiculous. The delays and lack of effort prove that management does not value us. We are here to show that we will not tolerate further delays. We demand a fair contract now.
Hi there. I'm Shauna Hawes, and I've been in front of you a lot of times bringing you really awesome things that we're doing around this district. I'm not doing that today. And my voice is already gone because I was sick over the weekend, and when I tried to call in for a sub, nobody picked up the job, which is a very serious issue because I went to school today and avoided being close to my students because nobody would be there to pick up the job. I think that's something that you need to be thinking about. I'm really concerned because at Valley View alone, we have over 22 sections that are over your top numbers. More than 20, and today the count was 22. That means when you have sixth graders with behavior problems who can't sit next to each other, we have nowhere to move them. We have nowhere to move them to trade classrooms because we don't have an empty space somewhere else. When I had a student who couldn't get along with the teacher and they needed to change the schedule, that brought my maximum to more than the number of computers in my classroom. So I could talk about a million different things, but what I really want to mention and make sure you understand is you see a whole lot of what we call Saturday teachers here. We're the teachers who show up for our students after school all the time. That's right. And we bring in these awesome programs and we make things happen that are totally student-centered. And I know everyone, well, Dr. Martinez, you don't know me, but the rest of you do. And you know how passionate I am about these programs, and I just can't believe we're not at a contract. So I'm going to ask you to please make sure that tomorrow we have a settlement in place. Thank you.
So my name is Charlotte Allen, and I am the proud parent of an 8th grade student at Riverview Middle School. Actually, sent my concerns to each of you. Only 2 of you responded back, and the fact that Superintendent Martinez did not respond back was extremely disappointing. The Mount Diablo Unified School District states that the district is committed to educational equity, excellence, access for every student. However, how is that statement true when education equity when 5 teachers are transferred? There can't be excellence when the classes are overcrowded. There can't be access for every student when the remaining teachers are underpaid and trying their best to provide a high quality of education to a classroom consisting of 30 to 40 students. Superintendent Martinez, your goal number 3 deals with building staff morale and making Mount Diablo Unified School District a preferred place to work. I don't understand how morale can be built when you won't give the teachers you have what they need to succeed. Goal number 5 states to place priority on educational needs and programs when making budget decisions. However, how is that true when there's no literacy teacher at Riverview Middle School? Not only is there no literacy teacher, my daughter received all A's and 1 C. She received the C not because she deserved it. She received the C because the classes are overcrowded. I don't blame the teachers, I blame what you guys are doing and the fact that you're not giving them what they need. when making decisions, I know sometimes it's a difficult thing to do, but the children should never be the ones suffering. The teachers aren't giving what they need, the children aren't giving what they need. I hope that you guys do the right thing. I hope that you guys consider that without the teachers, we have no students. Without the students, we have no future. So I hope you guys make the right decision.
Hello, I'm Julie Ronhar. I'm a credentialed school nurse. I cover Mountain View Elementary, El Dorado Middle School, Concord High School, and then the Summit High School. And as you likely know and have heard before, our current caseload is one school nurse to 2,700 students. That in addition to our assigned caseloads, we cover students that attend private schools, that come in for assessments, non-public schools. And then we currently have nurses that are also covering additional students way over our caseloads just to ensure that all of our schools have nursing coverage. I just feel like it's important to maybe just touch on some of the things that we do, participating in our special education process, trying to help decipher if students have a health condition or a health need that might be impacting their learning, educating our teachers and staff about medical conditions that students have, making sure that they have the tools to meet the students' needs in the classrooms. We are coordinating specialized healthcare procedures for students that have needs at school. And really, we're all here today like our teachers are, not because we're wanting to line our pockets, but because we want what's best for our students. And best practice is not bare minimum. And I feel like our current caseload is giving you bare minimum, and we could do so much more to help our students. So I hope that you will consider our request to lower our caseloads to one nurse to 1,250 students.
Good evening. My name is Christina Merrick, and this is my 9th year as a credentialed school nurse in the district. I am part-time, 60%, and that's 3 days a week. And previously had 3 school sites, just like last year, for those that were at the rally last year. Had El Monte Elementary at Title I, Wren Avenue Elementary at Title I, Diablo View Middle School, and then this year a 4th school was added, even though I only work 3 days a week. So that's interesting. That site is Bridge, and it's a program, it's an amazing program for adults 18 to 22 years old with disabilities, providing a transition to adult living. My current caseload now only allows students to receive nursing services less than 1 day a week. So doing the math, I have to split schools, so that's twice a month for certain schools. That's 20 times a year, a school year, that these students get nursing services. So our current caseload of one credentialed school nurse to 2,700 students is unsafe. It's been proposed that our caseloads be lowered to one school nurse to 1,250 students, which is an absolute necessity given the overwhelming need and current liabilities. A school nurse quit earlier this month. School nurses have been dropping down in FTE because the stress is burning us out, the liabilities are outrageous, and we are out of compliance. The school board has not been heeding our SOS pleas. This is now our sixth time this year coming to you guys, begging for you guys to listen. The district needs to address the underlying issues in unsafe caseloads, and we feel that will help us additionally recruit those credentialed school nurses. For example, College Park, the largest high school in the district, students, over 2,000 students, they don't even have a school nurse. Since the beginning of the year, that's 2.5 months of no nursing services. Or how about Meadow Homes? They don't have a school nurse. Or St. Terrace, they don't have a school nurse. How can we address these vacancies? Actively, purposefully recruit, lower caseloads, and have a full release lead nurse who helps coordinate these things. Please listen. Please help us. We're here for the students. We need you to actively listen. Please. Thank you.
Amanda Butler, Teresa Healy, and Alyssa Juarez.
Hello, hi. Thank you for allowing me to speak. And well, I just wanted to bring to your attention today that back in 2013, Joanne, you remember that you, Victoria Abate, and my favorite English teacher, Paige Endo, invited me to advocate for public education in Sacramento, right? So we were so successful on that day that they actually increased the fund, which I remember, I think it was probably around the 8,000, and they went up to the 12,000 or 11,000. I didn't check the numbers, but they did increase the money. And not only that, Congressman Marcus Almier actually invited me to run for his seat, remember? So that's successful we were at that time. And now, the people that know me, they know that I am a person who likes to walk with God. And I asked God, where do you want me to bring me to work? And he brought me to Riverview. And now that I'm working in Riverview as an attendance register, welcome everybody, secretary, I'm finding out that not only the teachers are underestimated, not only the teachers are underpaid, we, the clerical people, are also underestimated, underpaid. We are insulted by parents, by students, but many people who do not know what is happening, where the money is. What is it? Is mismanagement? Is corruption? What is it? Is lack of law. That is what is preventing that this is happening. So I really invite you to open your hearts and look at the reality of our schools, that underserved community. No one of us, no one deserves what is happening right now. Not the kids, not the adults, no one. So please, I am appealing to open your hearts and negotiate with that in mind. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Heidi Beck. I am a 5th grade teacher at Streamwood Elementary. I've been there for 16 years. I grew up attending Mount Diablo Unified School District. I went to Mountain View, El Dorado, and Concord High. My mom worked for the district for 30 years. I just wanted to share my thoughts with our union negotiations. I wanted to start by actually reminding you that I remember supporting 4 of you by going to phone banking and attending different rallies to try to get you guys elected. And now I'm asking you to listen to us. We have some basic rules in my 5th grade classroom, and one of them is give 100% effort and come to school prepared with your materials and your ideas. I am tired of getting emails, from Medea, telling me that the two sides come to me, but the Mount Diablo Unified School District's arriving late. They're starting late. They've had it in negotiations early, and they're not ready. We need to show respect to not only our bargaining team, but to us, the teachers. And we've heard how ridiculous it is to get a sub, with some of those members of our team being subs and taking the time to get a sub together and sub plans, and then they're leaving early for unforeseen events. That's ridiculous. It is a slap in the face to its teachers for you to do that. I know that teachers work hard, we stay late, we work through lunches, we make copies all the time, we put in time working for propositions and Measure J to get passed, and it's time for you to tell your board to persevere in settling a contract with us that is fair and that is respectful, because we have been out of a contract for way too long. It is ridiculous at this point. We need to have them settled tomorrow.
Hi, my name is Amanda Clarker. I have a 7th grader at Valley View, a 5th grader at Hidden Valley, a kinder at Hidden Valley, and I also have a preschooler. I have 4 kids that attend your schools. If you don't know where Hidden Valley is, it's the biggest elementary school you guys have, and treat us like we're tiny. Our teachers work so hard. If it wasn't for those teachers, I would have homeschooled my kids years ago. I'm also the PFC co-president. Last year, we pumped back into your school $165,000. We have supplemented your counselors. We have supplemented your support staff. We have supplemented new students. We have supplemented your supplies, your teachers, your everything. We are doing your jobs for you. We have amazing kids and amazing parents and amazing teachers. And if it wasn't for them, I'd be gone. And so would have a whole lot of other parents. They would take their kids, they would take their money, and they would go home and school their children. Because we are educated, smart parents, but we love our teachers. So do your part and at least give them a freaking contract. Thank
Hi, good evening, board members. My name is Teresa Healy. I'm a parent of 2 middle schoolers at Sequoia Middle, and they used to go to Hidden Valley, which is an amazing school. And all of the schools that I have, I also work for the school district as a special ed assistant. And I've worked at various schools in the district from preschool to high school. And we have the most amazing teachers. I was going to speak about how many kids are in my son's math and science classes, which is way too many, but then I heard some of these other stories and it's heartbreaking. You guys, try and think like a teacher. Be resourceful. Do what you have to do tomorrow and make this contract, make it work. They make it work every day. Trying to figure out how we're going to make it work. I'm not even a teacher. I couldn't do what they do. And these nurses, I had no idea. It's desperate. It's desperate. Tonight I've heard the words prayer and beg, and it's disgraceful. It's disgraceful, so do what you need to do, please. Thank you.
I'm going to call a few more names, so just sit tight for a second. Okay, so we have, I think it's Cora Mitchell, Kim Ami, Danielle Mason, Josh Anna, I can't read the last name, Aniger, and Heidi Taylor, who will be ready to come up. Okay, go ahead.
Good evening, board. My name is Alyssa Juarez. I last year was at Rio Vista Elementary. I was transferred, unfortunately, after 9 years to Oak Grove Middle, which I love, so okay. But in the past year, I've come before this board several times to talk about the progress of negotiations, or really the lack thereof. Sadly, even though we are now in mediation, I've seen no change in the urgency or willingness by the district bargaining team to bargain in good faith. And while it is the duty of the board to direct the district team to act, it seems that all of our pleas have fallen on deaf ears. So today, I am addressing you, Dr. Martinez. Our members deserve a fair, student-centered contract. Our students do not deserve to be shoved into classrooms like sardines. They deserve to feel safe at school, not hope that they have a medical emergency on the one day a nurse happens to be on campus. Many of our students come to us with trauma, and they deserve to have access to someone who can help them figure out how to be successful in spite of that trauma. They deserve to have access to books and technology every day of the week, not just for half an hour or one day a week. You talk about leading with resilience, but in reality, we have been leading with resilience for quite some time. That is why, even though the district bargaining team has shown us nothing but disrespect, we continue to put in the hours and hours of unpaid time and effort to make sure that our students have amazing opportunities, programs, and events each year. Please, Dr. Martinez, direct your bargaining team to sit down at the table tomorrow, ready to bargain. Tell them no out of their vocabulary so that we can settle this contract now.
Hi, my name is Cora Mitchell, and I am a parent of a first grader at Silverwood Elementary. And I just want to remind you all that you all ran on the promise of most of the things that are being asked for in this contract. So it's really baffling to me that this has been such a struggle. And there's not really a whole lot that I can say that hasn't already been said tonight, but I just want to let you know, and everybody in this room know, that there's a large network of parents out there that are prepared to do whatever we need to do to support a strike, including keeping our kids home and co-opting childcare to keep their classmates home for as long.
Hi, my name is Ms. Rapoli. I'm from Bel Air Elementary. Have experienced so much in the district, but really, I really want to talk about class sizes. Our bilingual schools have been told that the class cap is 33. I find that ridiculous. Every year I've been like at the max every single year. 2 weeks ago, I had some split class kids in my class, which brought my kids to 42.
Third grade.
Yeah, totally. I believe that is ridiculous. That doesn't begin to cover what I'm really feeling. Every day I wake up and I know that I have to face 33 kids or 34 because kids don't get the subs that they need because subs don't want to come to our school. Kids just come to our classroom because they feel comfortable with us. So all the time I'm feeling that our bilingual kids get the worst deal possible. So I really want you to commit to what you want in a dual language classroom and lower my class sizes. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Josh Hanajar. I am the executive director. Did I go too fast? Is someone before me?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay, cool. Okay. It's weird, but it's weird.
You're fine, you're good.
Cool. I'm with the Contra Costa Central Labor Council, so pleasure to meet all of you. I thought by talking with Anita over the last 5 or 6 months about this issue that I had a good understanding of what was happening. Obviously, I did not. My mouth has not left the ground tonight hearing the stories of what you all have said, that you've had to endure, that parents and their students had to endure. The fact that you had the nursing ratios the way they are, you should be disgusted. That is not how a school should function. You should not have 50 students in a classroom. You should have maybe 20. If that, there's a reason why it's not. I remember when I was a kid, we were talking about how big class sizes are. I am in shock at this. But this is happening across the country. This is coordinated. I just want to thank every single one of you. If you did one thing tonight, I have more faith in the future now because of all of these teachers and parents that are willing to stand. These are the real leaders of Contra Costa County and in education in this. So please listen to them. Bargain a fair contract tomorrow and do the right thing. They deserve it. Our future of our country deserves it.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Heidi Taylor. My daughter is a junior at College Park High School, and I was back here in April imploring you to negotiate in good faith with the union, and I am not happy to be back here 6 months later. We have an educational emergency here in Mount opportunities, but you have forgotten the people who know and love our students well before sight time starts and well after sight time ends. And who built this country, I am here on behalf of the teachers who are building our future. I voted for you because I thought you would end the stalemate and you would make teachers a priority, because when you make teachers a priority, that's evidence that you are making our kids a priority. While teachers have been shuffled to different classrooms and school sites, their expertise squandered. I have been patient while students are standing or being squeezed into overcrowded classrooms. No more. Wow. Stop tweeting about resiliency. Words like responsibility and resolution. You all have a responsibility to give these teachers a fair contract now.
Nyla, Maria Chusi, and Karen Jenkins.
So my name's Evelina, last name Laea. It's okay, you butchered my name, it's alright. I honestly came here on behalf of Bel Air, but I really came here on behalf of Riverview and Bel Air. So as you all know, there's 4 elementaries in Bay Point, and they pour into middle school, Riverview. So I don't understand why you guys decided in the past not to approve the budget to make sure that they have support for all the students that are attending the middle school. On top of that, I actually emailed you guys and you guys responded, yeah, my kids deserve a quality education, but you know what? 3 years into the school year, none of them have it. I'm actually kind of pissed off because I would think that you guys being on board for so long would actually have a plan for the teachers and come up with the contract to make sure that they wouldn't be here and they would be at home with their families. You know, pretty sure all of them have kids, because I have kids, and I have to pay a babysitter. What I don't want is I hate when you guys respond and say, you know what, yeah, your kids deserve a quality education. Maybe sometime, maybe one time, maybe one day, one of you could actually sit in the classroom and teach the whole day. Mr. Martinez, welcome to NDSD. As the new superintendent, I hope you read everything and anything prior to you taking on this position, because it's a lot, and it's been going on for a while. I love your smile. I hope you smile like that when you go and ask for this contract tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Make sure my students are evaluating with right now. I always get nervous up here. I'm Karen Jenkins. I'm a teacher at Northgate High School. My kids have gone through Walnut Acres, Foothill, and Northgate. 2 are in college and 1 is still here. But my ties with the district go way back to 1970 when I was a kindergartner. The year before I was a kindergartner. My mom was fighting to get enrichment programs in this school district. I have a picture of her at Buchanan Airfield awaiting the arrival of Ronald Reagan's airplane. My twin brother was in the picture, but I don't know where I was, maybe at a birthday party. My parents and myself have been involved in this district for nearly 50 years. I've been teaching for 25 years, 18 at Northgate. My dad is a volunteer at Meadow Homes Elementary. Anybody from Meadow Homes? Every Wednesday for 2 hours with teacher Leslie Monterosa. I don't know how she manages her class. There are so many different languages there. My dad is 79 years old. For a couple of years, it was the teacher's grandfather and my dad, who everyone calls Poppy Roger. I'm not really here in hopes of stocking my bank account. I want smaller class sizes. I want to end the revolving door of young teachers who come to our district and move for better wages and for a better future. And I want better nursing care at our schools where we need so much help. And I want fair negotiating. I thank you all for your time. I know you're all volunteers. And I hope we can resolve this because nobody likes being here.
So I also had Maria, I think it's T-U-C-Y, is Maria here? No, and then, I'm sorry, if you spoke and I didn't catch it, do we have a Daniela Mason? Do we already have?
She went home to watch her kids. She has kids. She's gonna be here.
Okay, thank you very much for all the public comment, and we're glad we were able to get everybody in. We do appreciate hearing from people and sharing your perspectives. So we're going to do one more item on the agenda here. And then we're going to move back to the Dent Center. I know last time we did this, I encouraged people to come back. Very few people came for the rest of the meeting. But I understand if you want to get home. But last time there was information on the budget. I understand. So we're going to move on to communications. This is for district organizations and regular board meetings. A single spokesperson of each recognized district organization and even brief presentation. And I don't think we have any cards, but is there anybody from organizations that want to speak? Now's the time. Okay. All right, so we're going to move back to the Dent Center. You're more than welcome to join us.